don't care if you've been trying to listen to comics and watch more podcasts for the last 36 years. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from Oakland. We are here at Cape and Cowl Comics. On my far left, your boy Blue.
Hey, you guys.
All right. On my immediate left, we have Stitch.
What's up, people? Oakland makes some noise.
Yeah. And on my right, engineering on the ones and twos, chuckling people out on the threes and fours, Kronos.
Where my nerds at?
Yeah. We are here for a live broadcast. Thank you so much to Eton for letting us broadcast live over here at Cape and Cowl Comics in downtown Oakland. This is awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's cool being a comic book shop.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And this is literally one of the best comic shops in the Bay Area. No lie.
It's a really beautiful spot here in Oakland. Everything's so scenic. It's so Oaklandish.
It really is. We're right downtown. Obviously, this comic shop right here is special. When did you guys open? Last year? November of last year. And you've already got a great following. People coming in here every week. Getting their pull.
This place is so awesome. Other comic shops talk about it. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast, Cape and Cowl. They're like, oh, you going to Cape and Cowl? I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, the wood and like all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, it's pretty badass.
What's crazy is like this is my first time being here, and I already spent maybe about $100, but I haven't even bought anything yet. I already have my items all picked out. Like there's a Batman bottle opener, there's a Batman pop vinyl, there's some comics I want to pick up. So yeah, I'm already broke.
Yeah, I got to control myself as well until my wife gets here and spends all my money.
There you go.
Everybody that's here local, don't forget to like buy something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a must. You must get some trade paperbacks. Obviously, if you can see the display over to your left, those are some of the comics that we're going to go into detail on. But, you pick and choose the ones that you guys feel the most. All right?
Hey, Stitch, talk one more time.
Yeah.
Hey, look, now your mic's on.
Smash that power button.
That's what happens when stuff goes live.
God damn. All right, a little bit about us, because not everybody has actually listened to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I will say, I'll go first. I am a Hulk-loving, Deathstroke-worshipping Thanos fan at my heart. That is how I would describe myself. I know you're looking at me weird.
No,
That's how
I
I
agree.
describe myself.
That's really accurate.
Yes. All right, you go, Stitch. A little bit about you. What makes you a comic book fan?
I'm a big Magneto fan. Well, I hear a lot of myself.
That's all right.
Big Magneto fan. Actually, my dog's name is Magneto.
Ooh.
That is true.
Nice beast mode German Shepherd. And I just love all things comics. I love X-Men. I really love the Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's working his
There
way.
we go.
He's working his way up to my personal Magneto level.
Ooh.
But I mean, I didn't expect it, but he's right there.
Damn. All right. Blue, get in here. A little bit about you.
Y'all guys all know who I am. I mean, who I like.
There you go.
Showing his Batman.
Huge Batman fan. I'm pretty sure if I show you my desktop on my laptop right here, I got all the Batmobiles, the whole collection of them. So yeah, Batman was definitely my gateway drug into comics. Starting with like the animated series and then like the comic books and then the movies. So yeah, I'm definitely a huge Batman fan, and like on top of comics too, like also anime, manga, and stuff like that too. So huge
I heard
fan
you
of all
Batwing
that.
some people too.
Huh?
I heard you like Batwing some people.
I do.
Kronos, what about you?
I loved them when I was a kid. Let's see, I started off reading, X-Men comics. Like pretty much everybody else, X-Men was, for me, was a shit. It was great in the 90s because they're on TV, they had comics everywhere, so it was great. And then I stopped reading comics for a long time for whatever reason. But then I have a daughter now, and she's 13, and so I was like, hey, let's back into comics. So then I saw there was all these cool adult comics, so East to West, Saga, stuff like that. I was like, wow, those are amazing. Then I picked up Wicked and Divine. And I'm still reading kind of kiddie comics too, but I like some of the more new adult stuff, so yeah.
Quick question for folks in the audience. Anybody remember that X-Men animated series from the 90s? Anybody? All right, yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Real quick shout out.
Then the beat would drop and it would go. Yeah.
So there is a current comic right now called X-Men 92.
Yeah.
Which is all nostalgia. It takes you back to that time when the cartoon was on the air, and when there was the arcade machine for the X-Men. Remember that one with the 6 players?
Yeah,
Yes. That's what that comic takes me back
That's
to.
the one where no one wanted to play as Dazzler, right?
No, see, no, wait a minute. I did not want Dazzler.
Storm was the best in that one, though.
Storm was awesome.
Storm was
in
a
that.
beast. That
Yeah.
Cyclone would just take everybody out. Storm and Nightcrawler.
Man. So I'm absolutely loving that, and I love the nostalgia and how it makes me feel as a fan. It literally does take me back there. So we're gonna start off with Marvel because Marvel has had such an epic run lately. How many people saw Civil War? All right,
Yeah.
all right,
that's right.
there we
How
go.
many people saw X-Men Apocalypse?
Ooh.
Look at this, man.
We're going to get in some good discussions with that.
Yeah.
I saw it twice.
I think I'm probably the only person that
Saw
liked
it
it.
twice? God
Yeah.
damn, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, just throwing your money away, huh?
See, I have this thing where it's like if I go watch a movie without my wife, then I have to go watch it again with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because I can't wait. If
very
it comes out, I
considerate.
need to watch it right away.
That's cool. That is
Yeah.
cool. Is she on her way?
Yeah, she's on Bart,
All
trying to
right.
figure out Bart.
Gotta have. Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's from Louisiana, so Bart is a little bit difficult
Neuter.
to understand.
She's gonna
for,
run into some bums.
Damn.
People
see.
working out on the bars.
Got to send her with an escort, man.
All right. Getting back to Civil War, obviously one of the most awesome characters in that movie was T'Challa. And this was
Yeah.
the introduction for a lot of people into this awesome character who's been around for a long time. But Kronos, you have read a great deal of old school Black Panther and some newer stuff. Why don't you take us away a little bit on this character and why he is so important right now?
Well, I think it's important right now because we really haven't had a real black superhero for a long time. We had Blade back in the day, but Blade is no more. I heard might come back, do another Blade movie. I'm talking about, what's that guy's name? Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Might come back to another one. I also heard it might be the daughter of Blade.
Yeah, that'd be
Which
cool.
I'm like, if it's new, I mean,
They do it right.
They do it right.
Yeah.
I'll let it be. But yeah, Black Panther is actually a really interesting superhero because he's from Africa, and most people think that he's like African American, but he's not. He's like from a made up country in Africa, and it's a very powerful country. And as long as they do that part right, where they have to be so far technologically advanced from like the rest of the world, you know what I mean? Then it'll be fine. And he has to seem intelligent and strong, which they've done in the movies. So in the movies so far, they've done it right, except they were missing some of the cool toys that he has.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, it was pretty dope.
All right.
he's very regal as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It messed me up though because that dude does not have an African accent in real life. It's like a New York accent.
Yeah,
I was
like
what?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, it messed me up. I was like,
But I still thought
Because he's
he
Jackie
owned-
Robinson.
Yeah.
yeah.
He owned it though. He did pretty well with like his fake, African accent, like from a country that doesn't exist. You know what I mean?
I bought it.
I bought it too.
Yeah.
yeah. I definitely bought it. Yeah.
So in terms of books, Holden's Who is the Black Panther, at least in my mind, is one of the best to give you kind of an introduction to this character.
Yeah, and it was actually on BET. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Oh.
They actually made that exact trade paperback into like a comic, or not a comic, but an actual cartoon.
Animation.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
animated, like
Yeah.
a 6
And I think it's
episode thing.
yeah, I think you can find it on YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's
Very
pretty,
nice.
I'm fairly certain, but it's almost page for page.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah,
And
that's my
that-
favorite one.
And it gets into the Wakandan history too.
Yeah, it gets in. It's a great start to Black Panther. If you want to know more about the modern Black Panther, pick up the New Avengers, which was great. That's the one from Jonathan Hickman, which I think is up there, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's up there.
Top left-hand corner.
And he's on the cover. That's pretty
Yes, he
dope.
is.
And then after that, you have to, of course, read Secret Wars. Because there's a lot of stuff with the new Black Panther that people will read that's going to be kind of weird because you're like, why is Wakanda all messed up? It's supposed to be all powerful, but it's all destroyed. But if you read those two comics, those two series, you'll totally understand. So
Which is awesome. Now, when you mention New Avengers, one of our absolute favorite writers in the entire world, and we talk about him all the time on the cast. Yeah, exactly. Jonathan Hickman. Oh my God. He wrote obviously New Avengers. He wrote East of West, which is something we'll get into a little bit
He
later.
wrote Manhattan Projects, which most people hate the artwork, but
Yeah.
just get past the artwork, just read it.
He's literally
It's
just
good.
one of the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you just got to start with him. You know.
Dying in the Dead is also dope.
Oh yeah.
It's so great.
you
It's
read
so
it too?
great watching stuff live and you see people's facial reactions. I saw the anger.
Yeah, but it's
Wait, you like the art on the Manhattan Project? Oh
I got
wow.
used to it.
You liked it too? Oh man, it was like going from watching high def TV to watching like 420p. It's like, oh my god, my eyes
not
just
that
can't take
bad.
it.
You're going to get us kicked out of the store.
We're getting kicked out. We're getting kicked out.
I haven't even been drinking in so.
All right. But one of the huge events with Marvel that I was so much a fan of just ended a little while ago, and it actually changed the entire universe. That was Secret Wars. You know what I mean?
And that one, obviously, also written by Hickman, it reset the entire universe. Anybody want to give a little bit of a quick synopsis on why it was so important in terms of Secret Wars?
Well, it's important because basically every universe ever ended. So,
Yes.
and then what happens afterwards is you have people that are from different universes in the Marvel universe now. I mean, the main, was it 616 universe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Miles Morales, he was from a different one, right? I think it was like, what were the numbers? You know, right?
661, 662,
Not nerdy
something like
enough.
that.
Yeah. see?
Miles Morales.
How about anybody in
Fine.
the audience? Anybody know where
Anybody
Miles
know
Morales is
that?
from?
I just call it the Ultimate Universe.
There you go,
Okay,
the
yeah.
Ultimate
The
Universe.
So Miles Morales is not from our universe; he's from the Ultimate Universe. But after Secret Wars ends, he ends up in the main universe. So
Which is awesome.
yeah.
Because
There's a few others
With
too.
the sandwich too, right?
Well,
With the
it's
sandwich.
literally a hamburger in his pocket that was months old and crusty saves the universe or the multiverse, basically.
And actually, we're leaving out a big part of it. It's Doctor Doom is God in this, so it's pretty interesting having like a villain being a god, like a legit god, like just destroying stuff. Everybody's basically calling him a god. He is God.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because Doom is such a powerful god figure in the books, where in the movies it's like he doesn't get represented well, in my opinion,
not
at
at
all.
all.
It's
Yeah.
very disgraceful.
Are you talking about those shitty Fantastic Four movies?
Yeah,
yeah. Those are awful.
Even the one they tried to reboot?
Yeah,
was garbage too?
all three of them
Did
just
anybody
were
watch
terrible.
the recent one, the recent Fantastic Four?
The
I
most
didn't-
recent one?
What?
Yeah, we got Thumbs Down.
Better than Apocalypse.
Better than Apocalypse? Oh,
Ooh.
What?
all right.
we
Wow.
gonna
I
have
never
to get
saw
into
it.
that.
I
I
gotta
can't
watch
wait.
it.
This is gonna be
You know
so
what?
good.
we can sidetrack a little bit. I mean, X-Men Apocalypse, I gave a 3 out of 10. I literally hated that movie, but
I gave
there
it a
was some
5.
disagreement on the cast.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, I just gave it a 5. It was all right. I enjoyed myself. I went in not expecting a hell of a lot because it's a Fox X-Men movie. I enjoyed being there. It was all right, but there was obviously lots of plot holes and things that didn't make sense. I thought it was a lot better, like we discussed in our previous cast, than X-Men: The Last Stand. But it was still problematic.
Well, I think the main reason that there's a problem with most people that are our age or older or even a little bit younger than us is that we all grew up watching Apocalypse on TV and in comics. And we all know what he was all about. And it was like, that doesn't even look like Apocalypse. He's not big. He's not really powerful. I mean, he's sort of powerful, but not really. And he doesn't do a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See,
Look,
I really liked Apocalypse. The X-Men
you're gonna
Apocalypse.
get
And I was
kicked out of here, man.
and I was the
man.
one that was like, even when the trailer came out, I was like, this is gonna be garbage. But when I saw it, I actually liked that, and I was highly entertained.
Even with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yep, even with Jennifer Lawrence. So
Man.
my thing with Jennifer Lawrence or having Mystique be not so much the leader of the X-Men as like, there's a lot of villains out there that are good now. Like, for example, like Harley Quinn. She's bad. She's fucking murderous. And now she's a kind of semi-superhero. Same thing with Deadpool.
Did you just put Harley Quinn and Mystique in the same
Yes,
sentence?
I did. I surely did.
Jesus. All right.
But no, like, the universe can change. Like, the whole X-Men universe has been fucking reset after Days of Future Past. So that can kick everything off the way it is.
Look here. Okay. Mystique is a villain at her core. You know what I mean?
So is a lot of people.
But her leading the X-Men was offensive.
Well, how
you know
so?
what I mean?
How so?
She didn't belong. It's not the Hunger Games. That's
Well-
how.
well, no,
You know what I
she-
mean?
They even had the Hunger Games outfits. I was like, yo, I'm fooling nobody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like, come on.
But no, but like she grew up with Professor X. Does she grow up with Professor X in the comics?
No.
Not to my knowledge.
So that's a whole different universe. You can't really compare it to the comics.
Oh, I can compare.
I mean, yeah, you can, but I'm just saying, like, she grew up with Professor X, so it's not the Mystique that becomes a fucking villain and
Wait,
start
Well,
murdering
my
and killing
issue
people and
that
shit.
I have is that if we are ignoring the first 3 X-Men films and we're just going on this whole First Class, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, why is at the end of Days of Future Past she pretty much hands off Wolverine to Stryker? Then is that what we're
Y'all
to
remember that,
assume?
right?
Which makes no sense to me because at the end of the first one,
Well, where was the original Stryker?
Stryker
He was knocked out. He was knocked
yeah,
out.
So
but
they
when-
probably just don't show that part.
No. When they bring Wolverine out of the Potomac River, wherever Magneto tosses him, and they bring him up and put him on the boat, and you see the little eye twinkle showing that it's Mystique. Then all of a sudden, magically, Wolverine's in the Weapon X program that's run by Stryker. When we last saw that she was pretending to be Stryker.
Continuity problems.
So
Well, I'm not sure you can say it's continuity problems. They just don't show exactly what happened in between those 2 points. That's all this stuff is missing.
you're getting a lot of side eyes.
Yeah, audience is turning on you, Blue.
We're gonna have to rewind the tape on that one.
They're getting pitchforks, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna step outside real quick. No,
Yeah,
They're gonna throw some rotten vegetables and everything.
but I liked her as in the movie. But, hey, it's my opinion.
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, real quick, the thing that I disliked the absolute most was that CIA agent putting on a jumpsuit, trying to act like she was an actual mutant. What was she going to do against Apocalypse?
So you can shoot him.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was? Yeah, that wasn't going to work.
Like I said before, she caused the entire thing by leaving the door open.
She didn't leave the door
She
open.
left the door open when she walked down
At
to the
the crib.
basement.
She
and
forgot
then
to cover
sun
up the
came
hole.
in.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody seen it? But no, like she didn't like leave it on. She just didn't know that she was supposed to close it. Like nobody fucking knew that. Even the guys who were like getting down there.
I know my
didn't
mom
know.
would whoop my butt if I left the door open in my house. Some ancient Egyptian crypt.
What did, the folks who have seen it in the audience, yell out, what did y'all give it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest? X-Men Apocalypse. Ooh, I heard a 1,
Five,
One,
0,
five,
Six.
6, ooh,
Six.
6 in the back. Okay.
It would have been a 6 for a Power Rangers movie.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So
Well,
it would be a 6 for a Power Rangers movie.
yeah. All right. Put that on the billboard.
Yeah,
You know?
bump
Okay.
sticker.
Holy crap.
But I still like the movie.
Anyway.
I heard
So,
you like Batman and Robin too. Is that true?
ooh,
Oh
with
hell
the bat
no,
nipples?
that was
You
bad.
like that one as well?
Ooh, that was horrible.
Oh, nipples in the back.
You're getting
Nipples
called
in the
out.
back.
That's a whole nother story.
Well, one of the other really great things after Secret Wars, you get a collection of fun books that are team-based and so awesome, like A-Force, which is led by an all-female team.
Yeah.
And on that one, we have She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, who's getting her own film, Medusa from the Inhumans, right?
Yeah. Queen.
Yeah, Queen, and a few other folks.
Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum on there.
What was the magician's name? I forget her name. I'm not very familiar with
I
her.
can't remember her name, but anyway, the team is awesome. And if you want to have a team of badass girls in the Marvel Universe, this is it. You know, obviously you guys are reading it as well for A4s and extremely impressed. I couldn't recommend it more. I mean, it's just a fun read.
I can say with certainty it's better than Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah? I mean, look, I know that for certain. That's true.
It's got
Hilarious.
Yes, even without seeing it.
Yeah, yeah.
What about the Ultimates?
The Ultimates is like probably the best, one of the best comics out right now.
Who's
for
on the
Marvel.
Ultimates? Oh, we got thumbs up in the back from the Ultimates. There we go.
Black Panther, Blue Marvel, Captain America, which is an awful name. Captain, oh no, it was Miss America.
Miss
which is an awful
America.
name. And then
She's not a beauty pageant contestant. No.
She's not the black lady that just won, right?
No. Captain Marvel, and then there's somebody else I'm missing. They're all of them. Spectrum.
Spectrum, yeah.
We say that
Is
one.
it Spectrum?
Yeah, there's somebody else on there.
But yeah.
It's the Blue Marvel, Miss America, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You said Captain Marvel on there.
Yeah, Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. There's somebody else though.
One more.
I know somebody has
Rambo.
phaser powers,
Namor?
something like that. Yeah. I can't remember. But yeah.
Say that
Yeah,
one.
Spectrum. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, it's,
There we go. Yeah, bust it out.
we go.
Correct
Find
us.
out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, he's like reading through it.
Fact check. Somebody grab
Fact check
comics.
us.
But yeah, so
You're getting fact checking like a library.
Yeah.
You might as well
Doesn't
pull out
say.
the reference material.
There we go. All right.
you
you
check
go.
it
Being handed
out,
a comic.
and I'll break it down real
Yeah,
quick.
please
so
go.
Check yourself.
the Ultimates are basically the ultimate problem solvers. So they go around the universe solving problems, and they notice one of the first things is that the universe is still broken from the events of Secret Wars. So they're going to figure out how they can fix basically space-time. So they have to go outside of space-time to fix it, and they also fix Galactus.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
I'm not
Eaters
gonna-
of Worlds.
Yeah, I'm not going to give away like how they fix them, but they fix them.
Well, I like the fact that they're proactive. They want to solve problems before they actually exist, which is super fun. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how we want all of our heroes to be to a certain extent. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they do it with pretty much not an open door policy, but what is it? Basically, they tell everybody what they're going to do first.
Yeah, there's a lot of transparency,
Transparency. There you go.
which is awesome. It's fun as hell. So couldn't recommend that one anymore.
You want to try to move your mic over? Sorry, we're trying to fix some stuff for Prodigy here.
All right.
He likes to break shit.
He breaks it every time.
Smash that.
He's too powerful for this microphone.
There we go.
Concept leads directly into the new Civil War.
Yes.
Let's get into Civil War. That's a great segue.
Yeah, Civil War 2 just started.
Civil War 2. Yeah, sorry.
Actually, you go ahead. You read them, right?
I
Anything
did.
leading up to it?
I did read a lot of the stuff leading up to it. Civil War 2, obviously you're familiar with Civil War 1 based on not only the comic but even the movie that just came out. Well, in Civil War 2, it's Iron Man's team going up against Captain Marvel. You know?
Yeah, so if you want to read Civil War 2 and understand like kind of where they're at, pick up, what is it? Not the International not Spider-Man. International Iron Man. Yeah, read that one. And then there's two of them, right? It's International. What's the other one? Invincible. Yeah.
There we go.
Pick up both of those and you kind of understand some of it. That'll definitely help.
Do you guys like Tony Stark as a whole? I mean, after Civil War, you feeling okay about Team Tony or nah? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
There's a lot. It's quiet out there. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Did you guys have a side, really?
Yeah. From
Yeah,
the
movie.
movie,
We'll go with
or
the
the
movie.
comic.
Yeah.
I felt like I switched. The movie, he had proper motivation to hate Bucky.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Bucky with the good hair.
So yeah, Bucky with the good hair. So you were more on Team Tony at the end, or you were more on Team Steve?
Not on Team Tony, but I understood why he was doing what he was doing.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Anyone else with
Anybody
opinions?
knows my parents, you know, what else are you gonna do? Just go blackout rage. And if they're standing in front of you,
yeah.
Actually,
We
can
should
somebody-
ask about that question.
Can somebody grab the mic up here? Or Blue, can you pass it out?
Yeah.
That way we can actually record it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that'd be great.
Because we did have a really good discussion about when exactly Cap
It's long.
knew that
Bucky
killed
his
Iron Man's parents.
I was waiting for him to say Martha, but
Why you say that?
You know that's the safe word between Clark and Bruce, you know. Martha.
let's see if we can hear you on the mic. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, say that one more time.
what did I just say?
Yeah.
I felt
Why you
like
switch?
Tony Stark had proper motivation to hate Bucky, because if anybody kills your parents, your first reaction is going to go blackout rage, especially if they're standing in front of you.
Yeah.
Why did you do this? What did you do? Don't care if you were under command of somebody else, you were still responsible for it.
Yeah.
I actually know what's interesting about that point in the movie is that I thought that should have been done early in the movie. That would have gave actually proper motivation for everything else to happen in the movie. So in the comics, the reason why they had the Civil War is because there was a mutant that basically blew up a bunch of civilians on accident.
It was like an action show,
Reality
show thing, and it blew up like a school or school bus and everything. And
And that was a catalyst for like the registration. But in this movie, I don't feel like there was really a catalyst for the registration. You know what I mean? Everybody's just like, we're going to register because a couple people died in the line. But it was like, it wasn't that many, first of all. And then it happens all the time.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
When they said, oh, it was only about 6 people died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then the
it
fact
was like
Like that guy
11
that had the report,
11
too.
Wakandans.
Seems like a good casualty number from aliens from space, maybe.
Yeah, that was like way worse. And the fact they wanted to trust in the government that was just taken over by Hydra. And I was
Yeah.
like, how are you going
Let's
to do
get
that?
a question in the
we're
back, or a
getting
comment
some
in the back.
feedback.
It wasn't really a question. You know, you were asking that question like,
Cords going
Sorry.
over people?
I will invest in a
Tony or
wireless one
Cap?
next time.
I was on more Team Cap. Like I said, like you said, I understood. I just didn't agree with it because if you're gonna do something, go after the one responsible. He may have been the one to kill the parent, but he was just the gun. Someone else pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
So you can either go after Frankenstein's monster or you can go after Frankenstein. While you're wasting time killing Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein is making 10 more like him, and 100 other kids are gonna die or parents are gonna die while you're wasting time with this Frankenstein's monster.
There you go.
That's a good point.
He could have information that you need to stop Frankenstein.
And plus, he was also being controlled too. So
Yeah,
he didn't know what he's doing.
What if the same thing happens to Tony Stark and he ends up killing someone he loves because of someone else?
See, this is a man that knows how to give me a mission report from December 16th, 1991. There you go.
I completely agree with what you're saying, but there's a counterpoint to that.
Oh.
If you look at everything they built up story-wise, saying Hydra has multiple heads, multiple people running that, so you never really knew who called the shot.
True.
And so if you can go after Bucky, but if you want to continue going, who are you going to go after?
Actually, it wasn't technically the person that did it dead. It was Zola, right? Didn't Zola?
That's
like,
what we
yeah.
are led to believe.
led to believe. If you listen to the Super Nerds, like that was in the video. that Zola was showing him in what was the movie?
And Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Which only one person on this planet, I'll give credit to Kevin from Comic Noobs. He was the only person who saw Winter Soldier and said, "Oh, clearly Bucky killed Tony Stark's dad."
From a single frame.
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
He showed his shoulder.
A
Yeah.
news clipping.
And then a car that was blown. I was like, really, man?
He
But
is
wait,
the-
wasn't he like sniping in that picture? So there must have been like a really good photographer to capture that. Like, oh
yeah.
shit,
It's like a split second.
I'm impressed by the way Kevin did it. We got a question in the back.
got a few.
Not so much a question, more so like a statement. I liked how it went from the revenge, went from T'Challa to Tony when that happened. T'Challa actually had Zolo at one point, and
Yep.
he forgave him. As soon as Tony found out that Bucky was the one that killed his parents, that's just when it just went downhill for him. So I thought it was like an interesting dynamic. Like you actually had someone that actually had a chance to get revenge and decided to walk away, compared to someone that's like, I'm gonna go and nothing's gonna stop me. Now you're my best friend or former at this point.
I love that.
I think it's cool that there was that interesting dynamic. It showed that T'Challa has, he's a little more level-headed than Tony Stark.
He dropped that epic line, "The living are not done with you yet." And that's
And why is that important? Why did we all go, oh, when that happened?
He's the king of the dead.
Yes.
I
You
go
have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a comment too. Like, going back to the scene you guys were talking about,
Yeah.
Winter Soldier, where Zola is showing Black Widow and Cap, like, the history of Hydra and everything. It's subtle, but I think it's there. It really is. Like,
Number two.
there's a shot of a newspaper headline that says Howard
Yeah.
Stark killed in car accident.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to, next shot, you
The Winter
see,
Soldier.
like, the Winter Soldier's
You
arm.
look star.
It's subtle, but it's like
It's there.
subtle filmmaking. Like, the cut tells the story, you know what I mean?
It
That-
was
that's
really
exactly,
well done.
That's exactly what Kevin said. And I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't catch it.
I
Yeah.
completely missed it, but when I went on YouTube and saw like the actual clip from Winter Soldier, I was like, holy shit. I was like, I cannot believe he picked up on that because it didn't even enter my mind. Like, I was
It's
just
like
as
if you
shocked as...
if you blinked, you probably missed it.
Yeah, I was just as shocked as Tony was when he's like, did you know? He's like, yeah. I was like, what?
All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. Go to DC. Who's reading Rebirth right now? There we go. Yes.
The claps are worth it. It's
Yes.
way better than Convergence, right?
Yeah.
We're all agreed.
Oh, yeah. New 52 actually over. That's when I actually started reading DC. So going back with Rebirth is fun for me. It feels brand new and also a little bit familiar, but I like the resetting of it.
Yeah.
So far, I'm loving both the Superman and Batman book best. What do you guys think?
Well, I've only read I read Batman and the DC Rebirth.
Like the main book.
Yeah, this main book, and just that storyline alone with Kid Flash trying to come back from the Speed Force was pretty fucking impacting. Especially the end. I actually started to tear up a little bit.
There you go. I like the whole the different Wally West because
Yeah, that
if you
was
watch
cool.
CW's Flash, Wally
Best
West
show on TV.
is black on there. You know what I mean? But going back and seeing like the redheaded ginger version is kind of cool too because I wasn't familiar with that one.
Like, I kind of got the impression that Rebirth takes place after Young Justice. Because remember at the end of Young Justice when the speedsters are running around that, I guess, I can remember what it was, but it was like an energy that was shooting through the earth, and they were running around it, and Wally disappears because he was like kind of the weakest of the group. And I kind of got that feeling with the Rebirth.
Yeah.
Rebirth. That he's in the Speed Force trying to get back, and that's where this comic picks up from. That's the impression I got.
So, did anybody else see the Watchmen thing in the comic? Y'all pick up on that? All right. I was like,
Spoilers out.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was huge.
so now I think everybody knows who might be the villain because of that.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Especially with the watch at the end.
You guys both read and watched the movie for the Watchmen, right? Big fans of it. Loved it. Yeah, there we go. All right.
People forget that that's a DC comic. Like, I
Yes.
thought it was an Image comic.
It's a Scott Snyder movie.
I didn't
Or
realize
no, Zack Snyder. Wow, I said Scott Snyder. Zack Snyder movie that didn't catch any flack because it was actually very accurate from the comic. You know?
I think I noticed it was on TV the other day.
Well, he did 300 too, right? That was pretty
Yeah,
accurate.
and that was pretty accurate
But
from the
that
comic,
movie was
too.
only 20 minutes long, though. If you play it, it's like normal motion. That movie's 20 minutes long. All that damn slow-mo.
There you go.
That water scene was dope, though. The chick in the water.
Yeah.
So which one are you guys liking best? Green Lantern, Batman, Superman, or the main comic from DC Rebirth? Anybody? Everybody. Get in here.
Everybody who's read it.
I have a question.
Oh, you got a question about it. Go ahead.
Back to the main
Yeah.
It seems like this book is actually a book for all the people who never jumped on the Watchmen bandwagon.
Ooh.
Because if you look at the history, ever since that comic came out, everybody's been trying to reach and attain to that status of being dark yet aware of its surroundings. And so the Rebirth seems like a callback to like, hey, everybody actually still enjoys the light, hopeful outlook on things. And so I think that's why it's really resonated on the whole issue is that everybody actually likes comics for comics as opposed to dark and
Broody.
Gritty and yeah.
There's something to that. Yeah, let's get in here.
Yeah, I think Rebirth is an apology for the New 52.
Ooh, I've heard
Because
this.
The New 52 was just, I mean, they just went in these direct, and an apology for the grimness of the films. Because even though it was pretty, here's this guy trying to pull back, it ends on hope. Like Rebirth issue ends on hope, which films aren't doing. They're not ending on hope. I mean, the mess that is Arrow, it has just lives
Yeah, it's
in the
gone
sludge
downhill.
from now on.
Yeah.
But you look at the Flash, you're like, that's what this is. We're aspiring. I mean, that's what I think DC Comics does best. Marvel was the gritty, down to earth, and DC is the mythology. And I think that having that positive, optimistic spin at the end of the Rebirth issue. And my favorite one so far I've read today was Green Arrow. Green Arrow by far seems to be it's incredible.
I gotta
Green
check
Arrow
that.
is absolutely incredible. But I think that because New 52 just went in these directions. I mean, really, parademons and everything in the first couple. It's like, why are you so grim? Who didn't get hugged? So now with
Martha.
seriously, with Rebirth, even this is probably, this is Jeff Johns' last, hurrah. I think he's a big film guy now, but there's something about this that actually gave me hope now for comics.
Very nice.
That we're gonna have some type of, you can still jump off a building and have some fun.
There you go.
Well,
I love how you put it like that with the mythology reference. That's
It's
great.
hope so far, but we all know there's something looming in the background.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows how it's going to unfold, but I'm very interested. I'm not usually a big DC reader, but I'm hopping in. With both
That's
feet.
fun. We got more opinions about DC Rebirth.
The ones I was liking was The Flash.
Okay.
I read that one. Yeah.
I like the DC Rebirth main story. And right now I'm actually reading Superman Rebirth.
Very nice.
I like the pre-52 Superman because he was imperfect, for lack of a better word, imperfect.
Yeah.
He had certain type of flaws in his character, and even people exploited the flaws in his power. He was not the godlike. I mean, he had godlike power, but he wasn't a god. I mean, the post-52, this new 52 Superman, before they killed him.
Come on in. It's all right.
Yes, come on in.
Yeah, hold on.
We're doing a live podcast. How's
Just
it
a live
going?
podcast.
Welcome. Guys, welcome to hang out.
Buy some books.
That new 52 Superman, before they thankfully killed him, he was a perfect character. He was separate. Basically, they separated him from his humanity. You
Yeah.
know? They killed his mother. They got rid of his father.
Martha.
They separated.
It's got to keep coming up, man.
They separated him from Lois Lane.
Yeah.
They basically gave him no reason to stay on Earth.
Redheaded Lois Lane or brunette Lois Lane? That makes a big difference for me.
Take your pick.
Because I can't deal with redheaded Lois Lane. I only want my brunette Lois Lane.
Okay, brunette it is. Brunette it is.
I don't know that other chick.
All right. Those were the things that those were the characters, in my opinion, that made Kal-El act like Clark.
There
They
you
were
go.
the ones that made him feel human. They didn't just give him a reason to stay. They made him feel like he was a part of Earth.
Ooh, I like this.
Even Batman made him feel like he was a human being. Those four people was Pa Kent, Lois Lane,
Yeah.
and Bruce Wayne. And even in the comic book, I had some old comics of Batman and Superman, and it was a story where I guess Bruce and Clark's lives got mixed up, and at the end, they were saying, "This guy's the closest thing I'll ever have to a brother." This made him feel. This made Kal-El feel like Clark. They got rid of all of that.
Yep.
And they tried to make him basically a perfect being who broods in his own fortress of solitude. We already got one Batman. We don't need another.
Speaking of,
So good. I feel like I'm in church. I just
Yes.
see one of those fans and just start fanning myself.
Hot.
It's so
Dropping
good.
that fire.
So
Geek
good.
knowledge.
well, I'm actually glad you brought up Superman because
When they brought back the old Superman, I was liking that because in the old stories before they did the reboot, you had characters who were capable of killing Superman. I mean, just flat out really defeating him. I don't care how strong you are. This formula will eat your cells, you know, and it'll kill you from the inside out. Punch your way out of that.
Yeah.
You know, which made his struggle and his victories seem more real.
There you go.
I got caught up in the story. I didn't know which way the story was going to go. That's what I liked about that. Now it looks like they're trying to bring that back. I hope they go with that. You know, instead of making his power stronger, make his enemies stronger.
There you go.
Because they did that in Marvel. For example, Thor. They came up with a character called Gore the God Butcher. I don't know if anybody's read that story.
Well, let's stay on DC for just a quick sec.
I'm actually glad
good.
you brought up Superman because I'm actually interested in the new Superman. I don't know if y'all saw, but they're gonna have an Asian Superman. So I was like, I'm really interested in reading that. I think it comes out later on this month or next month or something like that.
Yeah, very soon.
First of all, I'm interested to see like the story, right? I'm like, is there Asian people on Krypton, or
is he Kryptonian? Is he Kryptonian or not? That's a good
what
question.
I want to know because it could. He could get his power somehow. I'm interested in both of those.
Clone.
I think they've already established that he got his powers from the old Superman that just died.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So it's power transfer.
Something like that, yeah.
So just like when the death of
Doomsday,
Superman.
yeah.
More interested in how the setting that it's going to be. Since
Yeah.
it's supposed to take place in like Hong Kong. So,
Okay, that's the main city in there. Okay.
They do have a lot of people to save.
Yeah, that's gonna be fascinating. All right, get in here. You had a comment?
I have a question about the end of that Rebirth issue number 1. We talked a little bit about Watchmen, and I'm a huge Watchmen fan. And Batman finds the little pin, the smiley face pin,
Yes.
with
Little blood drop.
and then obviously it's Dr. Manhattan and Ozymandias, having a conversation. Now, that blew my mind because yes, Watchmen was a DC comic, but it never took place in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like Gotham City, fictional city.
Yep.
Metropolis is a fictional city. New York City, where Watchmen took place, is a real place.
Yep.
President Nixon was a character in Watchmen. These are real people. So I'd be curious, your guys' thoughts about how is this happening? Why is it happening? In my mind, there's never any crossover.
Blue, you want to speculate?
Well,
That's a great question.
I'm just gonna speculate a little bit with
speculate.
with the Flash because the Flash pretty much. I'm thinking about multiverse when all the multiverse came together, and if you think of the universe that the Watchmen's in, it probably got converted into it too. So I'm thinking whatever the Flash did when he went back in time to save his mom probably had an impact in that, and that can be how they can bring the story together. And I also think that that's how they can bring Supergirl onto CW.
Ooh, who's watching Supergirl? Anybody? All right.
I'll watch
there
it.
we go.
I got a crush on Supergirl.
He said nope.
Supergirl's.
You got a crush on her?
I got a crush on Supergirl.
Your wife ain't even.
She knows. She knows. That's why I got her the Luke Cage magnet. She's got it for Luke Cage. I got it for Supergirl.
There you go.
We got passes on that.
That show got better. And then as soon as I got rid of that girl power thing, it got a lot better. And I was just like, they kept playing on old. I hate using that word, but tropes.
Yeah.
The fight scenes were great too.
Yeah.
Except for the fucking
some of the
Red
villains,
Tornado.
Yeah, the Red Tornado, and then not Brainiac.
No,
she was like Mystique. I don't know what they read to make her look like that, but that wasn't Brainiac.
Well, I'm even excited. Literally this week, and I hadn't watched any of season 1, but they are in the works of bringing Superman on that show. Y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
That could be the beginning of, as we alluded to on the cast a few weeks back, maybe having a Justice League on CW.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty.
I mean,
dope.
they
That'd be
had
pretty
one
interesting.
kind of with Smallville. They did have a little bit of a Justice League or a Justice Society.
Yeah.
But it was very short. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, how fun would that be? That'd be epic.
It would be cool. It'd be cool to have that and their movies, So,
Well, what's cool is that if they, with what happened, anybody saw the last episode of Flash of this season?
Yes.
That whole thing can change the timeline too, and it actually gives the CW an opportunity to bring Tom Wellington onto into Supergirl. He can be Superman in that show, just because before those universes weren't there, but after the whole Flashpoint paradox that's going to be happening, it can pull everything together. So,
And I love how with DC Comics, it seems like whenever there is a switch up or things completely transform or change, it always centers around Flash.
yeah.
And that's kind of fun. And in my mind, I'm just gonna say it again. I still think that Zoom is the best
That's
villain
exactly
on TV.
what I was about to ask. What the audience thinks about.
Did
Zoom.
y'all love Zoom or nah?
Yeah.
Y'all. All right. There we go.
Yeah. Prodigy's got his whole standpoint that Zoom's the best villain on TV.
He really is.
I think he's pretty up there.
We talk about TV. You got a better villain than Zoom?
Hey,
Better than Zoom?
Buy 100 cards.
Kilgrave was better.
Oh, this is so
folks,
good.
though.
I said-
No, yeah.
No,
I want to
get
hear
it.
some opinions. I want to hear some
Get
opinions.
those other opinions
Yeah,
on it.
no.
Hey, I-
Then we
I
totally-
told y'all.
No, King
Donald
King's
Trump
a
is the
beast.
worst ever. That's the worst villain on TV. Donald Trump.
So we had one for Kingpin.
Kingpin, Kilgrave, then Zoom.
All right. Any other villains?
I would say Kilgrave, Zoom, then Kingpin. But Kilgrave always felt like an immediate threat, in which Zoom you always knew he was playing a long game. So Kilgrave seemed like an immediate threat to everybody else but Jessica Jones.
Well, Kilgrave.
Phase shift right through your chest.
Well, Kilgrave was a great villain. He was a great villain, but he was such like a petty villain. I was like, you can have like the world, and you're just like, you're messing with one chick. It's like, I mean, come on, man. That's not scary. That's not scary.
He was obsessed.
He should have set his goals higher.
Was too a petty villain.
But Zoom wanted to destroy universes and stuff after.
Mad over some grievance.
He did want to be the fastest, and he did want to destroy Earths.
He did see his mom get murdered by his dad right in front of him.
This is true, but I
He-
love
he
how
should've
petty he
became Batman.
was
No.
with the. And this is a spoiler for anybody who hadn't finished it, but I don't give a damn. When Zoom did that phase shift thing with his hand and went right through Barry's pops in that home, come on now, that was twisted, evil, real villain shit. You know that.
Also, Zoom also like he fucking. Or sorry for cursing, but he took
He apologized.
he took Barry, broke his back, and then drugged him like ran around town with him, and it's like, hey, this is your hero. Your hero's broken.
Yes.
It's like that, and
Petty.
totally broke his spirit.
Petty pentagram.
Had him all
I'm-
crying.
I was so shocked that you let him pass Deathstroke because I know you have a big heart on for
You
Deathstroke.
know I love Deathstroke.
But
Fix it, Slade. Fix it. But my only thing is, Manu. Wait, who said garbage on Deathstroke? Wait, what was that? Now, wait a minute. What happened here? What happened here?
Go ahead.
Wait. Yeah, grab the mic.
grab the mic.
I heard trolling.
I'm gonna build the button to turn it off.
Go on, get in there.
If you're talking about the Arrow TV show, there was nothing interesting about Deathstroke in that whole season. Actually, that whole season was just blood to me.
I agree. I agree that it was not the best depiction of Deathstroke, the character. I completely agree. I love the New 52 version and what Tony S. Daniels did with the Godslayer version of Deathstroke way more than what they did with Manu. But you can't talk about Slade in a negative connotation.
No. See, since we were
Come on
talking
now.
about villains in the TV shows and everything, I figured we were still talking about Deathstroke in a TV show. So I was like, I wasn't feeling Deathstroke at all.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, well, we got another opinion on Deathstroke.
Actually, it was just villains in general. Like you said, who's the best villain? I'd say Lucifer is, because if you actually read the DC Comics version of Lucifer, he went from fuck serving humanity, God says, shoves you in hell, you have to take care of hell, and then he goes around and says, wait, I don't want to do this either because there's still humans here for eternity I have to work for. Fuck this shit. I'm going to a bar. Sorry about my cursing, but
No podcast, no kids in here.
I'll let me do what I want to want. Wait, why should I do what everyone else is supposed to do? I'll just do what I want to. I've always wanted to see what would Lucifer do if he could just be free of the whole like, oh, I'm trapped in hell gimmick, and actually do something and develop as a character. Because you actually get to see him develop in the Sandman, like, comics, you go read that. But now he has his own comic and his own TV show. Yeah. So I mean, this is
show's
a
great.
villain that's getting development. I mean, how often do you actually see the whole villain side of the story develop without the good guy's side?
Is he petty, though?
Of course he's Lucifer.
He's a devil.
I love it. Good
man,
opinions. Y'all feel strongly about your villains.
I like
You know,
that.
crazy.
Hashtag petty pentagram.
Good stuff.
But Slade is probably in the best DC. I mean, for me, I'll defend it to the death. The best DC storyline ever is the Judas contract in the Teen Titans.
Ooh, look at
And
that.
I think that the characterization, how they built him up in that, what was that, 6-7 arc, whatever it is,
Yep.
was literally probably the best villain development I've ever seen, and probably one of the best
comics. I mean, probably one of the best stories in comics I've ever read.
There you go.
Hands
I love
down,
it.
Judas Contract.
Yes. He's to me best when he's a Teen Titans like villain, but yeah. I could talk about Slade all night. There you go. There you go. All right, now who's messing with
sidetracked?
Yeah, we did.
We were talking
No,
about
that was great though.
Yeah,
we were talking about how
love
Avatar-
interacting.
Yeah,
With
open
the
forum
people.
is great.
Image though. Image Comics. Why don't we switch gears on that one?
Yeah.
Well, we
Come
didn't
on
really
in.
finish the last part.
Oh, did we?
We were talking about how the Watchmen was going to be in the.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. We got a motorbike.
So
Go ahead.
Got a motorcycle going by. Well, I told my story of how I think how they could cross over, but what do y'all guys think?
Oh, with the Watchmen?
Yeah, with the Watchmen crossover into
I'm real
DC
interested
universe.
to see how that whole thing plays along because I mean I always thought of Gotham as being New York City-ish in a way, and then what completely threw me off was with the whole Batman Superman thing is like it's like
so
Oakland,
close.
San Francisco, where they're just separated by a body of water. I'm just like, wait a minute, I didn't know they were that close and they've never
are.
interacted before.
It made it weird too when he was like, "I'm trying to do what you're doing." To Batman, it's like, but you can see him right there. It's not even that far. Like, why would you just stop him?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Batman versus Superman had a lot of issues. You know, there was a lot of nerd rage online with that movie.
But I do think in some of the comic books, like actual United States cities are in there, like San Francisco and
Yes.
like New York. They're actually represented in the comics. But they're not the same as Metropolis.
I'm all in favor of this mashup or whatever. I love the Watchmen. I love DC Comics, so I'm on board with whatever the hell they're doing. I didn't see it coming, so when I saw that little pin in the Batman one, I was like, "Oh shit, here we are. Let's go. Let's bring them in."
I don't know how it got there.
Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna read and find out.
Yeah.
Got your hook.
All right, let's. Well, you got one more comment? Go ahead.
Note, I was going to say, I don't know if I'm more excited or more worried to see what the big mystery is with anybody hasn't read, the three Jokers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, that's going to tie back into the comedian, but it's going to.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it. So,
We got to keep reading and find out. But yeah.
Joker's obviously been the best villain ever, but are you going to?
Whoa! We got the sit. Damn. All right.
Well, this one, they brought back 3 different iterations of him, so they brought back every
Because the
single
Bold
one.
wasn't really that scary as a villain. You're kind of like, oh, he's funny. Not.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
So hold on, real quick before we even proceed.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Prodigy's birthday today.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
Forgot to
that.
even say that. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much. Appreciate the love.
It's your name day.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all don't gotta sing, but it just
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
getting
you.
old day.
Appreciate it. We're going to switch up to Image Comics, though.
I'm wearing that Luther Strode shirt.
Yeah,
you know, like
Luther
shit.
Strode is the
Luther
shit,
Strode.
man. It's so violent, so awesome.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
y'all haven't read Luther Strode, pick it up.
Are y'all a fan of Saga? Oh, we got cheers in the back. Very nice. So where are they? They're on volume, what, 5 now?
I think so. I'm reading the individual comics. So
That 6 on the 29th of this month.
Very nice. The 29th of this month. Okay. The best way to describe Saga is, to me, Star Wars with nudity and violence. More violence.
I actually think it could be better
So-
than Star Wars. And I've said it multiple times. It really could be better than Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it really could be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they said that they will not adapt it to movies or TV. So I'm just like,
Yeah, I've heard
somebody
that.
just help me with some goddamn money. You can be like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. And checks start rolling in.
Yeah,
you start
money
changing
talks.
your tune.
Still,
Add 2
Getting
zeros
the
and a
Pep
1.
shoes on.
Yep.
Don't do it.
There you go. So Saga's the shit. I mean, we absolutely loving that one. What other ones from Image are we truly loving?
East of West. Y'all need to read East of West.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like one of the greatest comics of all time, and it's written by
Jonathan Hickman.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite writers.
Oh, he's
so this
so
is
good.
like the old style, like Western, where it's like a modified U.S. history, actually world history, where an event happens in like New Mexico or something like that.
Yep.
Where basically it changes like the way the U.S. is laid out. So basically, they make it so they have the on the West Coast, like kind of like California area, it's like Asia pretty much.
All taken over by China.
Yeah, in the South, it's like the Texas Union or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
And
Texas
like-
Republic.
And then like in Louisiana type area, it's like it's like the what is it?
It's like the Black Kingdom.
Yeah. And then like in the central part, it's got the Native Americans that are more technologically advanced than everybody else.
Yep.
So it's really good, and you have the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse coming back. 3 of them get resurrected on like the first page, and then Death is missing. What happens is that Death pretty much got fucked over, and he didn't get resurrected. So he's still alive, and this whole time, and he has a kid.
and there's nudity.
Yes. And a whole bunch of violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blood, nudity.
Yeah, it's
awesomeness.
Yeah, it's really good. It's
All
legit.
right.
Who doesn't
Now,
like nudity?
you, Stitch.
I went hard on the last compendium of The Walking Dead, and there's
Who
some.
messes with The Walking Dead in here?
Okay.
Just
the
a
show or the
TV
books?
show, comics,
You guys
Comics
read the
and
books
show?
off both?
Fear the
Both?
Walking Dead? No.
Yeah, so before this week, I was pretty much at the end of the second, right where Negan comes in, pretty much where the show left off was where I was at with the books. Then I got the big compendium, which they actually sell here. I've seen it.
You seen it?
I seen it. And it completely, Negan's so freaking crazy. It's I love it. He curses so much. He's just, and I thought the governor was probably as crazy badass of a villain.
You take the governor, you crank that up to 11.
Exactly. You inject him with some HGH, and that's what you have. And it's so crazy. It's so good. And obviously, because I assume most people watch the show more so than the book. I won't go into spoilers because I don't want to ruin some stuff. But it's.
Why don't you talk about Fear the Walking Dead?
I don't mess with that. That's a whole different thing.
That show actually got better. It has. Crows come back. Yeah.
If nobody watches it, how do you tell?
Get that
season
mic.
two?
Get that mic if you got.
All right, grab the mic. Yeah.
Grab that mic.
Yeah, guys, Mike, let's hear it.
What you got?
What's
to
your
say
feelings
on
on
I
Fear the
watched the
Walking
whole
Dead?
first season. I watched the first 3 episodes of season 2. I can't.
Oh, you got to
He
keep
tapped
going.
out.
It doesn't have that Walking Dead flair.
They do get it toward the end of the season, of the last episode.
I can't.
They do.
And
People start dying. There people are dying.
Let's get her in here. Let's get her
Prodigy
in
always
here.
had the test of saying, like, if you really like the show, tell me a character's name on it.
Yeah,
and it would stump
if you
people.
can't name 3 characters on a show, you think it's shit. And literally, with Fear the Walking Dead, I asked everybody on this panel, I said, name 3 characters. Everybody was like, couldn't name one, but go ahead.
There was the crackhead.
The black guy.
Yeah.
And the annoying
The
mom.
mom.
World's worst mom.
The Green Power Ranger.
Yeah, it flies. That I watched every episode and I fell asleep.
Oh, well, there it is.
You didn't
There it
like
is.
the gay storyline. You didn't like the mom who was killing people and throw them into the cell.
But she died, so I mean.
But the way she died was fucking cool.
No.
You don't like that either.
Show how she died.
You knew how she died. They need to draw a picture.
You know,
knew how
she's
she
a Raider
died.
fan. She's right. I'm just going to say it. There you go.
Oakland.
We know our audience. We're in Oakland.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It gets better. I thought so. It's not. Don't. You can't compare it to Walking Dead because Walking Dead leaps and bounds way before. But it's still better. It gets a lot better.
Blue is 0 for 2.
Lou gonna get kicked out of the shop.
Let me get some photos of her face.
I watched double.
You watch this one.
Oh, yeah.
I also think
Yeah.
Gotham gets better too. What the hell? I'm just gonna step aside. Goddamn, I'm taking my goddamn laptop and go.
You need to leave, bro.
I watched all the Gotham too.
Yeah.
Gotham gets better because they brought in like the villains.
Yeah, but there's still that problem with if it's really the same timeline, then when Bruce Wayne grows up, he's beating up. Well, yeah, but the problem is that the villains they have now, when Batman grows up, he's beating up old people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how are you gonna beat up old people? Like that don't make no sense at all. So, but I still watch it. So
There you go. The other one with Image, so real quickly, I want to give a shout out about his Power Lines with Jimmy Robinson.
I missed my second and third one, man.
All right.
We were getting people in the audience.
We
hooked on that.
have it here.
Eton, do you
ready.
have number 2? Power Lines?
2 is here.
He's got a signed copy.
Yes. So the awesome thing about this comic, a local guy, and it all takes place in like Benicia, Richmond, the Bay Area, and there's superpowers in it. It's fun. It gets into some racial issues. It
They
gets
gave a
into some
racist lady
economics.
superpowers. I'm so mad.
Yes.
That's genius.
Yeah. You hate her,
So
but you want
mad.
to see what she does.
I'm so mad. I was like, no, this goes against everything I want. Can't have racist people with superpowers. Already in politics.
They already got money.
I know.
And then
They got money, power. Now they got superpowers.
there you go. And then in book 3, shout out to Cape and Cowl.
Yeah.
They have a girl and like on the first page wearing a scarf that actually says Cape and Cowl on it, which is
Yeah.
awesome. You know what I mean?
It's legit.
It's so awesome. So check out Power Lines, and I'm hoping we can get him on the cast too.
Yeah.
Jimmy is awesome. Anything?
Well, Manhattan Projects, that's Image as well, but we talked about it a little bit earlier. It's a great story, just the artwork isn't for some people. But
Yes. Isn't for some people is the way we'll put it.
He's so, I can see his face.
Yeah.
Those eye
He's like, I
daggers.
love that art. We're gonna get kicked out.
I mean, it's really great though. It's set in like, what is it? It's World War II, like right after that or something like that. Yeah, and it has like, say again? Yeah, right when the atom bomb was made. So they have Oppenheimer. That's like one of the best characters like of all time. I was like, damn, this motherfucker is so crazy. There's a war inside of his head with himself from people that he ate. So it's crazy.
Think about that.
I was just
Think
like,
about that.
It's so crazy. Yeah,
Nuts.
Like,
Yeah. All right. Any other? What was the other? Were there other Image ones? I feel like that's pretty much all that we're reading
keeping up
and
with?
love. No, I love Rat Queens too.
oh, talk about Rat Queens then.
Yeah. So Rat Queens is basically, if you like Lord of the Rings with girls killing orcs and drinking and having sex, Rat Queens is for you. That is literally it. You know what I mean? Like an R-rated Lord of the Rings with girls doing all kinds of fun stuff. And I think they're on book 3 or 4 now. Man, all of those trades are well worth getting. So
Did Manhattan?
Color in high fantasy.
yes. The black girl on there, they draw her really well. She's got assets.
Chocolate waifu?
Yes, she bad. So yeah, I love that one.
Oh, and I forgot Luther Strode. I'm obviously wearing the shirt. I didn't even talk about it, but
Please,
Luther
yeah,
Strode-
mention it.
Yeah, it's written by Justin Jordan. Artwork is by Trad Moore. Trad Moore he draws such great violence. Like I haven't seen any other artist like imitate what he's done with violence. He has a way of somebody getting shot in the face that's like. But anyway, Luther Strode is it's a story about a nerd who he gets his book called The Hercules Method, and he reads this book and he just does what the book says. And he ends up being like this yoked ass badass.
And he starts off as like a skinny guy like me, so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
goes out to this fucking broody ass guy toward the end.
Yeah, and so basically he ends up being like this badass, and then somebody finds him with powers like him. And at the end of the first trade, they fight, and you think the fight's over like multiple times, like guts are coming out, spines are getting ripped out, and dude's still alive. And you're just like, whoa, like how you gonna kill these dudes? So they get into it. It's pretty dope. Yeah.
Super violent, super
Yeah.
fun. Super
Like
fun.
when I was reading it, I was like, man, they must have ran out of red ink because there's one scene it's completely red. There's so much blood and
I got
guts
that
and
shirt,
splattered
too.
over. It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
I think it's on like page 3 of that book. Like literally the whole thing is red. He fought like 3 or 4 normal people, and they just got ripped apart. Like there's like somebody hanging like body parts from like a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
That are just hanging down. So yeah, it's just
He
pretty
like
good.
ripped off one dude's arm and like shoved it in another dude's mouth.
Yeah,
and
kill him with it.
it's brutal.
So if you like violence, pick it up.
We went on some Saw stuff now. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys are making me want to watch Cabin in the Woods again. The elevator scene where all
Oh, yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
Why don't we get some questions from the audience?
Yeah.
For us. The mic is open and hot. Anybody?
What y'all want to talk about?
What are y'all loving the most right now in terms of comics?
Okay.
Get on in here.
Goldie Vance from Boom is probably the single best comic out right now.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
only 4 issues. It's basically takes place in a fictional like Cross Palms Hotel in Florida, where a little girl comes it's like 1950s hot rod movies mixed with the Goonies, mixed with Scooby Doo. All ages readers. The artwork is phenomenal artwork.
Okay.
And it's one of the best. I mean, it's like a comic book. My daughter, who's 8 years old, who wants to read comics but never sees herself, she said, "Daddy, look." And we're like, okay, yeah, we're getting all of them.
You said it's called Goldie Vaughn?
Goldie Vance.
Goldie Vance.
From Boombox.
Very nice. We're writing it down right now.
Nice.
Good stuff. Any other things that you're absolutely loving right now in the world of comics? Got some in the back? Go ahead.
Right now, what I'm liking is Captain Marvel from Marvel
Very
Comics.
nice.
The artwork took a little bit to get used to, but once I did, I really started to like it. I like the simplicity of it. And as far as the story goes, there's a lot of room for growth. I'm really liking it. I like the first story arc where they have like aliens attacking Earth because I'm not gonna ruin it. I'll just say aliens attacking Earth, and there's also a supposed saboteur. I won't tell anything about the story, but it's really good.
Good stuff.
It's happening at the same time.
I need a comic recommendation from a lady, though. Let's get somebody. Putting you on the spot. What you got?
Why do I sense Couch Life is coming? For
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
And is anybody reading Miss Marvel at all? Anybody read that? That's a great comic for any of y'all that like superhero comics. It's the main character is she's Muslim and she's a teenage girl, and it's really good. She gets powers from the Terrigen mist cloud that's going through the world. You know, if you read Marvel comics, you know what that's all about. She's an Inhuman, so it's a good comic.
She's appearing in a lot of crossover stuff with Marvel too, and I kind of like that about her.
Yeah,
you know
she's
what I mean?
with the Miles Morales Spider-Man. They're in the same comics together. Yeah,
She's an Avenger.
Yeah.
All new, all different Avengers, right? Good stuff. All right. Any other we got another comic recommendation. Let's go.
There's a new publisher named Black Mask. Really cool stuff going on there. In particular, there's a comic called Space Riders.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's super psychedelic, and it really kind of respects like the roots of comics. The artwork is really reminiscent of classic Jack Kirby and Jim Steranko.
Nice.
And I cannot recommend it enough. And I discovered it through Cape and Cowl Comics.
There we go. The recommendations, which we all love over here.
Actually, can we get the mic over to Eton, please?
Yes. The owner of Cape and Cowl Comics.
Yeah, show some love. Show some love.
Nice enough to let our black asses in here.
Open up the doors to us.
Not blue, though. You getting kicked out.
Hey, man, it's America. Everybody's got their
You guys
opinion.
almost matched. That was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you played that. So to put you on the spot a little bit, what do you see trending in comics right now at this comic shop, and what are you currently reading?
Shit, man.
Do your research.
Well, I read everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I read everything. That's my job. But the Image Comics is huge in this store. I mean, it's probably the best-selling publisher that we have. You know, at least, like, you know, we sell, 30, 40 copies of Saga compared to 10 copies of the Avengers. 10
Wow.
copies of X-Men, you know.
I think that Saga has like that mass appeal. I think a lot of females read that book because it's like they have strong female characters. Well, one mainly. Actually, there's a few.
Yeah, there's good
that are in
ones.
there, and they're really good.
Everybody reads that.
Yeah.
Male, female, whatever.
That nudity. Oh, sorry.
Gotta bring it back.
Is there a story?
It's like the second page is titties. So
Yeah.
Nudity in space. I was sold, man. Come on.
Are there like 6 cities or something?
We're talking about the
Spider one.
Yeah.
What was their name? Not the end, but something like that.
Yeah, sorry. We got distracted by nudity. Yeah, it's stock. There you go.
So what are some things that you're really enjoying reading yourself that you would definitely recommend to people that they might not have heard about or are not that popular?
Like Henry just said, Black Mask is a publisher I'm really, really high on. Space Riders is fantastic. We did a book club here for We Can Never Go Home.
Oh, that's awesome.
We had the author in here, or he Skyped in and talked to us about it for a while, and that's just an awesomely horrible story about teenagers with superpowers or not with superpowers. So I'm really into what they're doing. I gotta look and see what it is.
He's looking around the shop, his own shop.
I mean, but it's everybody's heard of it. I'm so down for Rebirth.
Yes.
I'm so into it. I've read every one. I'm gonna continue to read every one that's come out so far. I'm an old school DC guy who was not reading a lot of DC up until just now, and now I'm stoked. I'm waiting for Wednesdays like I was 12 years old again.
Very nice.
Like Christmas morning.
You know what I noticed about Rebirth is that I wasn't offended that they had like every comic with Rebirth on it, because you know how they do that and they screw it up sometimes, where they have like every other thing has like their own storyline, but it's all getting reset this time, and I want to read it.
Well, and it's not all tying back to anything. You're not seeing that Watchmen button in every single issue.
Exactly.
You see it where it makes sense. You see it in the Flash, because it better be there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is ultimately going to be a Wally West and Barry Allen and Batman story when it plays out.
Of
But you don't
course.
see it in Wonder Woman because it doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's got her own shit going on.
Oh, I can't wait to read that Wonder Woman.
Should we get his backstory?
Tell us
about yourself.
You opened up this shop.
Yeah.
Tell us about
What
your
got you
background
into
just a little
comics?
bit. What got you into comics?
Now you got an empire now.
The world is listening.
You got like 100 people here right now.
You lying?
Just that I can
They don't
see
need to know.
Yeah. I got into comics a long fucking time ago. Though for some old timers it might seem not as long. But with the death of Superman, 1992.
Ooh, yeah.
I was 10 years old. It just blew my mind. I just could not. I heard about it. I saw it on TV. Whatever. I just I had to know. Like, how did that happen?
Yep.
And so I went and found out. And it was fucking cool. And from there, that was like the perfect time to get into DC Comics. Batman got his back broken.
Yes.
Azrael took over. Hal Jordan went nuts and killed the Green Lantern Corps, and Kyle Rayner took over.
Yes.
So my favorite Green Lantern story ever. Wonder Woman died. Green Arrow died. Wally, I don't know. He had some shitty 100 issue. So I kind of, I eventually started reading all the DC books, and did again up until like maybe a year ago. I was reading almost every single DC book. And since I was a kid, I knew I wanted to work in comics. I can't draw for shit.
It's always a struggle.
I'm not a writer. I don't know what editors do.
They edit.
What is that?
They missed stuff too.
You make words into better words.
Yeah.
I read comics before they come out. I'm not an editor.
They just have a red pen and just cross out stuff.
School teachers.
But I do like to talk about comics.
Very nice.
A lot. So that's what I do here. I figured, how can I talk about comics all the time? Open a store that only does comics.
There you go.
There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
So this comic shop is like actually one of the nicer comic shops I've ever been into. I love the way you have the wood everywhere, and those are I think subway tiles, right? You have on the wall.
Backsplash
like
or something.
Subway tiles, yeah. They're very expensive fake subway tiles. It's slat wall, like you see in a Verizon store. You can put little hooks in and shelves and stuff, but looks nicer. I hate that slat wall.
Yeah.
I also think it's cool too. Like you have like there's
stained
like the
glass.
Winter Soldier in the window. You have like
Yeah, the stained glass is
stained glass around too. That's really cool.
And this Saga one behind you is awesome.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
man.
Like I love the stained glass. Who actually does the stained glass artwork?
She's a local artist.
Uliana Pavovanov.
Russian. Now you got Russian people mad at you.
Oh,
Versus Bill and Japan. They're coming after us.
Yeah, she's a young artist. She makes these at home in her apartment. I met her at a First Friday art gallery event. She had them on display. I was set up across from her, and we were talking, and they just sit in her apartment when they're not on display. So I said, let's hang them up in here.
They're gorgeous.
I need to get a website.
Do you guys switch them out? Like, do they go or they rotate it?
Oh shit, no. I
Nah, you
touch them.
got to leave those there, man. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I like them right where they are.
Well,
So
thank
since
you
you're-
so much.
Wait, quick question.
Okay.
Since you're a big DC fan, how do you feel about Injustice: Gods Among Us?
Ooh,
Have you
put him on the
read
spot.
I read the first year of Injustice. I thought it was pretty cool. It's fucking out there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's bizarre.
Just the beginning of it's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, but it's nuts. But it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah, they're right now they're in their 5th year.
I think that's. Do you guys even carry it here? Because most comic shops don't even carry it.
we
Do you? Okay, that's actually one of the comics that most people don't even read, but it's actually a really good story. So
Yeah.
if y'all are really interested in seeing Superman turn to a villain and fuck everybody up, check out that comic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm still on Team Superman, but we've had that discussion.
Yeah, you on that.
Wait till you read year 5 because he does some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And it's so messed up that his teammates are questioning him now.
Oh, damn
Well,
it.
I'll give you just a quick little preview. On the first comic, he kills the Joker, puts his hand through his chest, kills the Joker. So, and that's when the division starts, and people gotta choose sides. It's kind of like Civil War, but better.
In my opinion, better. Yeah, way better than it, because it has all of the villains, all of the superheroes.
Yeah, even gods get involved, and they get fucked up.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, thank y'all so very much for coming out. Give yourselves a goddamn round of applause. Friday night, we went head to head with the Warriors, didn't we? Didn't even matter.
Yeah. This is great. Like I woke up this morning, I was hyped all morning long for this. Like I'm really impressed by
People
the
are checking
turnout.
they're checking their phones right now. What's the score?
Yeah, there you go.
It's what?
Somebody said 69?
All right.
Okay.
All right. We got a tight game.
Yeah. There you go. Curry 3.
We're gonna wrap it up, but we want to give you guys an opportunity to purchase some of these books that we've been talking about. Get your pull, get your comics. Peruse. Wow, I can't even
Look
talk.
around, goddamn.
Look around, yeah. Look around the shop.
Peruse.
Get some comics. Get some trade paperbacks. Do some shopping.
Yeah, get some of these figurines. I'm trying to keep my hands to myself in terms of loading them all up and just bringing them to the counter and be like, charge.
About the black heart.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of cool stuff. Get some T-shirts while you're at it too.
All right, we're good to go.
Thank y'all.